Hey, welcome now to the podcast, and as you are soon about to hear, I am traveling the world very recently, but I wouldn't go without our good friends at NordVPN, so I can surf the web and watch all my favorite shows with the safety and security that only comes through Nord. Now, if you're not using a VPN already, we're not sure why not, because it offers so many advantages. And also, now you're listening or watching to this podcast, you have the ability to get NordVPN and all it's featured for a discounted price.
That's right. Basically, what happens is you go to nordvpn.com/roughcut. And when you go there and you purchase a 2-year plan, you will get 4 entire months of coverage all over the world for free, which is excellent.
Mm-hmm. It's super useful. There's a lot of hidden benefits that I don't think I necessarily knew about. There's stuff that NordVPN didn't even tell us about. I'm currently in the middle of planning my trip to France, which is coming up next month. Let's talk about some annual leave after this. But one thing that you find is that a lot of places in France, you've got to pay reservations, fees and deposits and things like that. Not so with NordVPN. I recently tried out what it would be like booking this stuff from Paris, and all of a sudden all that stuff drops off. So if I want to be flaky, I can do that to my heart's content.
Wow, there we go. So all those features can be yours. Make sure you hop over to nordvpn.com/roughcut and you will get your discount. I think the only limitation on it is if you're planning to go to space. And if that's the case, then, well, I suppose this podcast isn't for you anyway, because you're an astronaut and you're on the International Space Station and they don't have a course there. Right, let's get into the pod.
Honestly, you didn't know where I was going.
Sometimes golf is a pain in the butt. You hit your ball in the trees and then you lip on the putt. But if you've got a little time, then come and spend it with us, 'cause now you're listening to the Rough Cut.
Hello everyone and welcome down to the Rough Cut Golf podcast, where you join us basking in the recent glow of the Open Championship and one of the most exciting finishes in major history, if you discount almost every other major to take place across the 300 or so year history of our wonderful game. We are going to be looking back at the Open at Royal Portrush, where I was all week, enjoying the surroundings. I'm joined by Mick and by David today to go through all the talking points and to then brush along some others that you may not have even considered. Hey gents, how are we?
Excellent.
Yeah, really excited to discuss my favourite major, maybe not my favourite iteration of that major.
I mean, I think we should probably get out of the way straight away. First 2.5 days, great. The last day was boring. It wasn't great to watch. Nothing against Scotty, an amazing player, generational player, probably the best to do it since Tiger. I think we're treading on that type of territory now. But as far as a watch and to actually be there as well, it was a bit dull. The biggest cheer of Sunday.
I was texting you about it.
Literally, and I'm not joking here, the biggest cheer on Sunday was on the 8th hole when Scotty hit the lip on a fairway bunker and it came back in. Because people thought, oh my, there's a glitch in the matrix here. Yeah. Something might be different. And then he bounces straight back with a birdie and everyone else throws in bogeys of their own. So as far as the victory parade goes and as far as delivering the expected outcome, there was nothing which shocked or surprised on the Sunday at the Open.
Okay, so I'm just old enough to remember the kind of end of the Tiger domination era on TV. You are very slightly older than me, so you probably had a couple of years of extra viewing of it. Was that what it was like when Tiger was winning a tournament, where everyone else was kind of like, we'll keep playing, but it makes no difference. Is it the same kind of feel, do you think? I
mean, I've watched Tiger... Well, Tiger's entire career, because I started watching golf relatively young, so I was maybe 12, 13. So I was pretty much there kind of at the start when he came on, and then I've lived through all the years since. And he was my hero growing up. I think he was everyone's hero growing up a lot in my generation of golfers. It's nothing like what we have with Scotty now. thing is, with Tiger had a rare ability, and this doesn't happen in many sports. He was the best. He was so good. He's literally, arguably the best to play the game. You could obviously say Jack with his record, all the rest of it. I get that. Yeah. I wasn't around with Jack. It's impossible to compare them.
Yeah, every generation's going to have their best player.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely the second best player in the world, at least. Anyway, we know that. But watching him play, watching him win, let me put it this way. When he won the US Open by, 15 shots, people still tuned in because they wanted to see him go deeper. They wanted to see him dominate. They wanted to see him destroy fields, because when he did so, he did it in such a manner that got you still excited about the outcome. It doesn't matter if he was 1 clear or 15 clear, you still wanted to watch Tiger because of the excitement that he brought, because of the way he played the game, the style in which he did it. It was so exciting, it was so different, it was so new. Scotty at the moment, and if we're going to be honest about it, over the last 3 years, if you minus off kind of like that first year with a few put-in issues, has had that level of dominance. Every single pro in that field even spoke about it when they said, oh no, Scotty's on top of the leaderboard. Hao Tong Lee, he was going out with him in the last round, was basically saying, I'm playing for second. He has that feeling of he's not going to slip up. He's not going to mess up. He's inevitable when he's on the top of that leaderboard. But there's not the same amount of excitement. There's not the same buzz as he does.
I think it's a different styles thing as well, because obviously it's something that we didn't experience firsthand, but apparently a lot of people who saw Jack play actually didn't like seeing him play, because they were all big Arnie fans, and Arnie was the one who was like club twirling, interacting with fans, doing that side of things. And then Jack came along and he was very stony faced and kind of ground people down, was just always there on the leaderboard. I mean, just kind of hearing me say that description there's just like so many parallels with what's going on at the moment. And maybe we'll get to a point, could be 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. But if Rory not Rory.
Sorry, don't say that man's name.
Sorry, that's just 10 years of kind of pent up. But if Scotty continues to win at this clip, then we'll look back and maybe a bit able to appreciate it a bit more. And, you know, because we'll be rooting for history over the man, it'll be a bit more interesting.
I think also, like, from our side of the golfing pond, our intention or our hope is that European players, and particularly the players who historically have done well, you know, Rory and Shane, those people are always going to be the people that we want to see win. So I think, like, I was annoyed by the fact that Scotty Scheffler won and it didn't feel like he really kind of was that bothered about winning, because he knew he was going to win. But I think where it actually came from was actually just disappointment in everyone else. Yeah. I think that's what it was.
I think that's an overriding feature of this. No one challenged him. Like no one actually stood up and took him the distance, which is why you didn't really have any of the tension. And the whole day, the atmosphere was really, really flat. And I want to point out here, and I want to kind of wade in to my own argument. I actually like Scotty. I like watching him play. I like the way he goes about his business. The ball striking is amazing. The fact that he transformed himself from a poor putter, if we're going to be honest about it, to one of the better putters on the tour. And then you combine that with his unreal tee to green play, you know, pretty much unstoppable. But my disappointment is the fact that no one was up there challenging him. No one's pushing him. And it's up to everyone else now to raise their games, because we have to remember the start of this year, Scotty gave everybody about a 3-month head start.
He didn't exist.
He didn't play, with his injury. So just imagine how this year would have looked if it had just carried on from last year. Imagine what it looked like if he cared.
Yeah, I think that really did. I didn't like that.
So if you've not seen the press conference with Scotty, by the way, at the start of the week, he gave a answer to, I don't even know what the question was, but it was an answer to a journalist question where he effectively said he doesn't know why he cares so much, because being a professional golfer is not a fulfilling life.
Yeah, like winning
only gives him a couple of minutes of pleasure, and then it's on to the next thing. I would say that I actually like the fact that he gave an honest answer about what he was thinking. You could probably sum it up into a simple way, because he did elucidate on this again when he won. he works incredibly hard to be the best golfer in the world. He loves golf. He loves the competitive nature of things. The idea of him winning is something that keeps him fueled, and he doesn't quite understand why he's so desperate to win. But ultimately, professional golf is not what he's about. He'd rather be a good family man and let that be his legacy. I would say is a good way to round everything up.
Yeah, I think he's looking at it from like through the eyes of him now being a dad and trying to be a good husband, and you know, all of the things that outside of golf really do matter. But obviously we don't get any benefit from him being a great dad or him being a wonderful husband. We want to see him care about a golf tournament and go out there and absolutely batter it.
Daddy?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I've written down the fact that kind of they've showed a parallel of Shane lifting the trophy, you know, going through town and everyone celebrating him, going to the Harbour Bar and having a great time, and the weight of what that meant to someone from the island of Ireland to come and win this tournament, which hadn't been there for a long time, you know, and then to do it in front of a crowd of people who wanted him to do it, and then go and celebrate with those people in their hometown, and then they showed Scheffler lifting the trophy, saying thank you to a few people, hugging his family and leaving.
Then off.
I was like, what does this guy actually care about winning the Claret Jug? Does he care about the history of what he's just done?
I think he does. I think he definitely does. I think he really cares about winning. I think he cares about being the best. You won't get to being the best at something in the entire world unless you put in an extraordinary amount of work.
Yeah.
So, and he's obviously doing that. And you wouldn't do that if you weren't motivated. I think it's just a different way of going about things. The thing I think people might struggle with is that he's honest about it. And he just says, listen, I was at the Harbour Bar on Sunday evening.
Were you?
Waiting for Scotty, and he didn't turn up. But I'm of the opinion that no one there was overly shocked by the fact he wasn't smashing back the Guinness with everybody.
Yeah. What song would he do if he was going to sing if he was going to sing on the top of the bar? Have you seen that video of Shane singing with a pint in his hand?
Yeah.
The Claret Jug in one hand, a pint in the other, both held aloft.
He wants to be a good dad. A nursery rhyme. Maybe. Yeah,
I was thinking, in the end, Linkin Park.
Oh yeah, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, something like that.
He's just a massive Rammstein fan.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
just him and Victor.
Him and Victor rocking out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and that was kind of like the whole kind of feeling around the event about this inevitability. Really, as soon as he shot, was it 64?
Yeah,
I think he shot. In that second round, it was kind of like, okay.
Yeah,
he's conquered links golf.
He was the only man to shoot in the 60s for all 4 rounds, apart from Nikolai Højgaard, who shot 69, 69, 69, 69.
That's the way to do it.
Call him consistent.
Yeah. That's not too bad, is it?
That's pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know really. It's a tough one to reflect on because the actual week was awesome.
Yeah, so tell us. So you were doing Live at the Range again. It's one of the highlights of your year. It's one of our highlights of the year is watching you on TV and shouting "Show more P" at the TV in the office. Tell us how it was. How was it compared to Troon? I feel like every time we watch you get much more comfortable in doing it, and your kind of ability to answer questions really well gets better, which obviously is a reflection of the work that you've put in on, presenting and speaking publicly. How was it? Tell us some stories. Who did you get to speak to?
Yeah, it was good. I'd probably say this is the year where I didn't feel really nervous. I was pretty comfortable
in the process.
In the process of it all, the only nerves really came. So the live TV and like everything that goes on behind it is kind of wild. It was a slightly different setup this year. So it's IMG Productions who kind of like manage everything, and we were the kind of directors were in Stockley Park. So everything was going through feeds and radios and all the rest of it. Mm-hmm. And there were some real kind of issues.
Stockley Park in the UK.
In the UK. Across the waters.
Down near London.
So there was a few issues with like radio frequencies and like video feeds and all the rest of it, which didn't make it as easy as maybe previous Opens because we didn't know what we were doing at a certain point. Then you obviously had the thunder and the lightning sweeping in earlier in the week where everybody had to kind of clear the golf course, including us. So yeah, it was a bit hectic. It was a little bit, yeah. In that regards, it wasn't the same, but it was good. Yeah, I think I'm kind of used to it now.
Yeah. Favorite conversations you got to have? Favorite moments? Stuff maybe we didn't see because obviously you weren't. Live at the range is a separate broadcast to the golf.
Yeah.
In the tournament days. So, us lot have the live golf on and we have the screen there. And when you show up, we mute one. And
we spoke to quite a few pros. I have a new favorite golfer.
Okay.
Echevarria.
Oh, really? Nice.
Echevarria.
He's got a lovely name to say.
Literally, just such a nice bloke.
Really?
Yeah. So when I wasn't doing any of the approaches to the pros. So Steph,
it's a very Di Stewart job, that isn't it?
Well, Di was doing some bit. Steph, our producer, who's awesome. She was going around. She was securing all the interviews and chatting to everybody. Mm-hmm. And it's always a bit of a weird one because I hate going up to people and starting conversations. Yeah. But she's great at it, and we got so many good conversations. Like Manacera, he was kind of really interesting. Mm-hmm. Had a really nice chat with Pete Cowan, who's great. Love Pete Cowan.
Yeah.
Richard Tita, who kind of qualified through West Lancs.
Yeah, he's your chip-in boy. Mm-hmm. He was lovely.
Let's call it a pitching. It's a fishing story. It gets longer every time.
Yeah, it was. I heard it was 200. Yeah.
Yeah, he's from Estonia. He's the first Baltic golfer to play in the Open.
I saw that you just squeezed in your Latvian heritage into that conversation, which was lovely. Are you going to be the first Latvian player to play in the Open?
If I get through, I might contact the Latvian embassy to see if I can fast track that passport so I can.
You have your Latvian flag next to it.
Yeah, so
that would be so sick.
So I could be the second Baltic player. The first Latvian would be great. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure of the ins and outs. I know I can get my passport. I've just not got about doing it yet.
That would be funny. But yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, no, he was good. I had to protect the trophy for a while from the elements.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, they brought it out. They've got a mobile stand where they bring the jug out and just put it in different locations depending on TV work. And they put it in the middle of the range, and it started hammering it down on the Friday. And I had to basically stand over the jug for about 10 minutes with an umbrella, just protecting it.
Well, hold on, isn't it forged by nature?
Yeah, it's not immune to it though. Mountains are forged by nature, but you get a rainstorm on it for long enough and it's going to wash away.
Okay.
Because that's how the world works.
So is the title of the podcast Peter Finch Saved the Open?
I think that's quite a strong one. I believe they have multiple jugs.
Right.
Yeah. Listen to Tom Watson have a chat about his Open victories. That was quite cool.
Yeah.
Managed to get in hospitality for the Saturday.
Excellent.
Which was a day of free champagne.
Good Lord. I love those.
You know what? It's my new favourite drink.
We had it in Germany. I don't think we've told this lot because we didn't want to gloat too much, but when we were in Germany on the Thursday, the guys from BMW and the DP World Tour basically were like, "Oh, just take these," and we're like, "Oh, cool." And it's hospitality. Go in there, and it was sun was shining. Golfers coming down 18. I think probably we had 8 or 9 rounds of champagne, and was that what's kicked it off for you?
Yeah, it was very similar. And I would hasten to say for my working class friends who I've not left behind, it's not champagne that I like, it's free champagne.
Right.
Okay.
Because it tastes very different.
No, that is a good that's a good specificity.
Yeah. You'd prefer free Bovril, I'm assuming.
No, champagne.
Oh, really?
Definitely trumps Bovril. I don't think this is a controversial point when I say I would rather have champagne than Bovril.
I've only tried the one. So.
Other meat-based drinks are available.
And in the comments, if you would like to weigh in on that poll, comment either Bovril or champagne, depending on which one you support.
And if you are listening to us on your favourite podcast provider, make sure you leave a 5-star review and go join our Discord as well.
Join the Discord. The disc.
Glad I mentioned it. Mick never mentions it anymore.
I never bring it up because I never provide them with any content that doesn't go out on the main channel or anywhere else. So if you want to see some stuff that you can't see anywhere else, join the Discord.
Cool. That's an inspirational chat.
Beautifully done. I do recall, I think it might have been like St Andrews around that time. You said that you'd gone to the range there and you'd seen lots of different golfers clip it away, but some of the guys just like struck it different. You said like Rory, Koepka, guys like that. Like they just have an aura about them, and you can just tell like these guys are like absolute flushes. Was there anyone like that this time round? Like, did you get to see Scotty hit much? You know, did that feel different to like some of the other big names?
So, I mean, it's still the same guy. So Rory, who wasn't actually on the range a lot, like he didn't have a week of grinding. Let's put it that way. He's always so impressive to watch. Like he's unbelievable the way he hits it. Scotty. I knew Scotty was going to be a problem because when I watched him at Troon on the range, he was hitting it pants. And this time he was hitting it. So I want to make sure I qualify this so people don't think it's stupid. Like Scotty on the range when he's hitting it is fine. He's absolutely fine. But if you went past and you didn't know who he was, the way he hits it, and he was at your local golf club, you'd be like, "Oh, it's a good low handicap at that."
Weird footwork, but he seems to.
He seems to get it out there.
He saves it. Well done.
But I think by his own admission, like the driving range is not where he wants to be. He wants to be out on the golf course, shaping shots and being creative. It's a weird one. Like if you put him and Rory next to each other on the range, there's no.
You're saying that Rory's more of a range golfer.
Rory just smacks it, and Scotty just does great things with it. I don't know, he's such a weird person to categorize.
He's an Open champion golfer of the year.
One step away from the Grand Slam.
Okay, so this is another question. How many majors do you think Scotty wins?
I will go for 8
in his career. So let's say he's got what year are we at? How old is he? He's not 30 yet.
29.
Is he? He's 29. Yes, because his Grand Slam victory on the Sunday next year at the US Open will be on his 30th birthday. Say he's got, call it 10 more years of golf after that, right? He retires when he's 40, right? That means that there's 40 more possible majors for him to win. He's already on 3. He's doing pretty well.
Yeah, so I think he'll get 5 more.
You think he'll get to total 8?
So I think I want to qualify this again by saying when we talk about majors, everyone gets like mega carried away. I remember the heady days of 2024 when Xander Schauffele was all of a sudden going to be a 10-digit multiple major champion.
Yeah.
Things don't always work out.
Still could be.
How we think. I mean, there's a lot of good players in golf, and yes, Scotty is playing some incredible stuff. And I think over the last 2-3 years, he's proved just how much better he is. But, you know, we're talking about the greats in the game don't normally get to 10. Like there's only a few players literally who've managed to get to that point.
But the problem is you can't have it both ways. Either he's a generational talent who's the best thing since Tiger and he's going to dominate for the next 10 years, or he's not going to get to 10. I don't think you can have it both ways. I think if the first one is true, then him getting to 10 is just a waiting game.
But if he gets to 8 majors, he's going to be quite literally one of the 6 best players to ever play the game. So we're talking about generational talent. Golf's been going for about 200 years. That's to be in that number is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So, and also with this stuff, it's you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who's going to come along. You don't know who's going to challenge. You don't know who's going to kick on. You don't know who's going to be the next rising star. You don't know what's going to happen to Scotty.
Injured.
He could get injured.
He could quit. He doesn't seem like he likes golf that much anyway.
You know, he might get the Grand Slam and think, you know what, I'm done.
Do you know what? Grand Slam gold medal, sack it off.
He has got a gold medal as well. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Do you know what I mean?
Whoops.
Bin it off, win the Ryder Cup, go home.
So yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with 8, but he could go on to win 18. So
Yeah.
So just on that, like only one other player has only 8 major championships. It's Tom Watson. Do you think that he is equally as good as Tom Watson?
Or better. Or not quite as good.
top 6, I got that right. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, well, it's good, good guess.
Again, so Tom Watson, bear in mind Tom Watson won 5 Opens. So he was an open
Specialist.
An open specialist. The strength that Scotty has is I don't really see him being a particular course specialist.
Well, I don't know. He's bloody good at Augusta.
Yeah, but there's a lot of good players at Augusta because it is that like consistent venue.
Imagine if that was your special. I win the Masters every year.
The only one, maybe the only one where I don't quite see him being dominant on is the US Open because he doesn't really strike me as a hack it out of the rough kind of player. Is next year at Shinnecock?
I think so.
Because I think that's his type of golf course, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah.
He is so good. And honestly, his ball striking, as mentioned on the range, is fine. It's good, obviously. But on the golf course, his iron play is so impressive. And his putting now is so good that's why he's almost unstoppable. And that's why we get into Tiger comparisons.
Okay, so we accept that he dominated. The first round maybe didn't do quite as well as some people expected, but the remaining 3 battered everyone into the ground. No one could get close to him. Wonderful. David had an idea. Can Peter Finch build a golfer from open players only in each of the categories that would have beaten Scotty at the Open?
This week?
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah. So you've got to pick one guy who's hitting it off the tee, one guy hitting it approach, one guy around the greens, and one guy putting.
Just based on what I've seen.
Based on...
Do I get access to the stats?
No, you can't have the stats.
No.
David's got the stats. He's going to tell you whether you're right or not.
Okay, so... All right, okay. And it's over the course of 4 rounds.
Yeah, this is for the week.
Because my first pick is going to be a bit of a funky one, and I'm determined that he's had a good remaining 3.
Okay.
So off the tee,
Yeah.
Bryson DeChambeau.
Okay.
Now, distance off the tee or accuracy off the tee?
Everything off the tee.
Everything off the tee.
I cannot...
Off the tee in general.
I cannot tell you he was pants in that first round.
Yeah.
Like obviously in comparison to how good he normally is, that first round he was really poor, and then he bounces back with it. He goes 7 over, 6 under, which was
Is he Peter Finch?
which was a joke, by the way. And then he just carries on his good play.
Was he 7 under on the last day as well?
Yeah. So I'm going to go Bryson off the tee.
Yeah.
Can we try just quickly to work out what he did on Thursday night that changed the game for him? Because whatever it is, if they sell that, if they could like put it in a bottle,
It couldn't have got worse. So, I mean, it could have. Obviously, it's golf, but he was the turnaround was unreal.
Yeah. Well, he gained 6.65 shots off the tee. Scotty just 0.26.
Ha!
got him.
So you're already about 50 yards down the fairway.
Okay, fantastic. What's the next metric?
It's approach.
Approach.
So good luck.
So I don't think anybody's going to be beating Scotty in this metric.
I don't know.
I am going to go approach. Someone who did do pretty well. I'm going to go Harris English.
Yes. That was my pick.
So Harris English gained 5.9 strokes approach compared to Scheffler's 10.17.
So we're about even down
So
now.
about even now, yeah.
Yeah, you're level.
That I honestly like.
Honestly, I didn't think it was going to be that bad.
So you both kind of hit to the same sort of radius.
Yeah,
But-
it's absolute joke.
That's wild, isn't it?
So
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's so good with his irons and his wedges.
Yep.
It's unbelievable.
for reference, because I'm assuming, Mick, you're not going to do this afterwards, so I can spoil this. The next best player was Hao Tong Lee, and he was like 2 shots behind Scheffler in terms of approach.
Yeah.
Just unreal
There you go.
over the course of the week. So the next one is around the green. which Scheffler didn't have the best week of. Like, if there was any chink in the armor, it was this one.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he was so unused to hitting greens. Unused to missing greens, should I say.
Yeah.
He just couldn't believe it. Like, he was shocked.
What the hell is this?
So around the greens, I am going to go, just because I know that he kind of hold a few, I'm going to go Matt Fitzpatrick.
Oh, very good.
That's the
very
same
good.
one I would have picked.
That's a difference maker right there.
Yeah.
So Fitzpatrick gained 4.63 around the green compared to Scheffler's minus 1.67.
Wow.
So
I'm in the lead.
So
That's
you are
so surprising that Scheffler's under on around the greens. He's normally so, like, I guess, like the links is just different. So maybe his around the green game is designed around, the more PGA Tour style courses. But that does surprise me that he wasn't getting up and down or, scrambling as well as we would expect.
Yeah, just wasn't quite there. I don't know if it's just different turf or however it is. Matthew Fitzpatrick, by the way, was second around the green to Justin Leonard.
Wow, really?
Oh my God.
So there you go.
That's a weird one.
Love that.
Well, well done.
So long as you don't mess it up.
Okay.
I will tell you that Scheffler was the best putter this week. I think we all know that. All you need to do is, I don't know what the difference is there, like 5 or 6 shots, something like that.
The maths will be on the screen.
So not mess up that much.
Yeah.
For putting, I am going to say, because I know that he had one incredible round, I'm going to go Tyrrell Hatton.
Tyrrell Hatton. Scrolling. Gonna have to search.
Oh
for him.
no,
That doesn't sound good.
So Hatton got minus 0.05.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Level, but what did Scotty have?
And Scotty got plus 8.52.
Wow.
So if I've got that right, your golfer finished 17.13 under par compared to 17.31. So it's a tie.
Okay.
There we go.
So after all of that, I've managed to get someone who could tie with him, right?
But the point is that, like, from everything that you saw, you picked the best facets from the best players that were also in the field, and all of them combined can only, meet and in fact just slightly come short of Scotty Scheffler in the end.
Okay. I mean, I kind of messed up with Hatton there. I kind of thought you put it a lot better.
Who is the best putter aside from Scotty?
I'd say probably Rory might be
Fitzpatrick?
Actually, Fitzpatrick had a really bad week. It was Harris English. 8.39, so very, very close. Very, very close.
Can we just get a very quick update on how Sepp Straka did, David? Because if you will have seen the preview podcast, Jacob does a kind of stats-based breakdown of who he thinks, based on the kind of information available, is going to win the Open Championship. We do have a kind of like no Scotty rule in place, which means that he can't just pick Scotty Scheffler every week because the stats would probably make that possible. And he went for Sepp Straka in the preview pod. How did Sepp Straka get on, David?
So pretty good tee to green. He gained 4.85 strokes tee to green, and then lost them all on the on the putting green. He lost 4.5. So I think did I see right? He finished the week with like 18 consecutive pars.
Yeah, he parred the entire golf course on Sunday.
Which it feels like, I'm pretty sure they said it at 2018 where Francesco, like, I think he did he par everything on the back nine or something at Carnoustie, or he didn't get a single bogey at the weekend or something. And people always say, oh, like 18 pars will win you an Open Championship. Not this Open Championship.
Yeah, not often, I would say either. Yeah.
Where did he finish in the end?
T52.
Okay, well done, Jacob.
Yeah,
so,
not even in the top 50.
So it made the cut.
I mean, my picks of Rahm didn't do much better. But again, every pick I did, because obviously get asked it quite a lot, everything was asterisked.
Yeah.
With everyone but Scotty.
Yeah.
So that's how confident most people were behind him.
Yeah. In the next podcast where we're all here, the four of us, people who are playing our major picks game, we will go through and do an add up of where we're up to, and therefore when I should buy the things for the cupboard, because 2 majors in a row, all of my players missed the cut.
Right.
So there's not much jeopardy.
Not looking good for me.
So who are your players again?
Oberg, Lowry.
Lowry made the cut.
Lowry made the cut.
No, in the previous 2 majors.
Oh, right, I see.
Yeah, at the Open he was great. He was fine. But yeah.
But the damage was done.
Yeah, the damage was already done at that point. Justin Rose missed the cut twice in a row, and Cantley missed the cut twice in a row.
You see, on paper, like even now, I'm like, that's a good team.
Yeah. But they just didn't do it. So I have probably lost, but in the next one where everyone's here, we'll do a breakdown.
Yeah, I was only worried about Spieth, and Spieth made the cut. My only player to miss cut, I think, was Morikawa. So
Morikawa just his Open win to me is just such a baffle.
Not everyone, but the chat going round the Open range was like just how his chipping is not. He's basically got one shot,
really?
One dimensional,
just lobby. Yeah, so maybe that's something to look back on. But he is an Open champion, so something must have changed. Maybe just hit every single green that Open champion.
Yeah, he didn't have to chip.
Yeah.
We're going there next week. We'll see.
What's the chances of Billy Foster staying on Morikawa's bag after this 2-week trial period?
I would say 0.
I would say 2 missed cuts in a row, probably not good. Talk to me about the Shane Lowry moving ball penalty. Tell the story, and then I want to work out whether this only got assessed to him because people saw it on TV.
So there's a rule now where you can't have retroactive penalties assessed via what people see on TV. Now, I don't know if that only applies to after a round or that applies during the round as well. Because obviously Shane was approached after this incident. So I think rules officials might have seen and then assessed the penalty. It was a little bit of a weird one because you can kind of see what's happened. So he's put the club behind the ball, and where the replays kind of show it, he's put the club behind the ball. He moves the club away and like has a little practice swing. But from the different camera angle, you can see him put behind the ball. And as he takes the club away, he's already looking up at the target. So it's not like he was staring down at it, and if it did move, he probably missed it. It looks pretty harsh to me as far as assessing a 2-stroke penalty for that. And also it's a weird one because it looks like it moves, but it's not definitive.
Yeah.
So unless it's absolutely definitive, unless you can look at it,
it's rolled.
Yeah, unless you can look at it and say, well, that has 100% moved. I don't think it's fair. I think that's where you've got to leave it to the player to kind of police themselves. Personally, IMO.
If he had noticed it and said, "Oh, by the way, my ball just moved," would his punishment have been less? Would he have got assessed a shot?
Stroke penalty. Yeah, I think it's... I just... Yeah. I mean, it's for me, it's kind of one of those things which was made a deal out of. Obviously, Shane Lowry's coming back to the Open. But it's just kind of one of those things that happens in golf. And it didn't matter in context of the tournament. Not really.
Yeah.
Like, he was never in contention. So, yeah. For me, it's a bit of a non-starter story.
Yeah, I think it was just, people wanted a Shane Lowry story because he kind of wasn't in the mix, so to speak, with regards to his play. So there needed to be some sort of reason for it. Maybe that wasn't, he just wasn't playing very well. So they needed to have a story about him.
Didn't get to go.
What it does do is it gives you hope of next time Scotty is 7 shots in the lead. It's like, maybe if he just does that 4 times.
Yeah. I saw a stat. I don't know if you saw the Golf Digest video about avoiding blow-up holes, which was really, really good. But they showed a stat of the last 10 Open winners, and only 2 of them had made a double bogey over the course of the week. So over those 4 rounds that they won, only 2 of them made 1 double bogey. I can't remember actually who they were. I think it might have been definitely Cameron Smith. And then won a couple of Opens before that. But what it meant was when I was watching players play the tournament and they made a double bogey, I was like, oh, that's him out. He's not going to win it. So when Scotty made a double on 8 after hitting that shot into the lip of the bunker and then chipping out, I was like, oh, cool. Well, he now can't win the Open.
Well, just think he had that double bogey after hitting it into the lip and still gained 10 shots in approach.
It's absurd, isn't it?
Yeah. Even the double bogey didn't look that bad. It was like, oh, hit the lip. Okay, chip it out. I'll get it on. Double bogey. Oh, no. What am I going to do? I'll birdie the next. He was just too good. He was too good.
He was just much better than everyone.
Yeah.
And I think part of the conversation about him maybe not looking like he cared that much probably came from on that final day, he kind of felt people willing him to mess it up.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So when he won, it was more of a like, cool, that's over with, let's go. Instead of like, thank you so much for supporting me, here's the trophy that I've just won.
Don't think he cares.
Yeah. I thought the atmosphere must have been very odd.
I don't think he massively cares what people think.
Yeah, but we care about him caring what we think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I think that he knows that you care about what he thinks, but he doesn't care about what you think about what he's thinking. He just takes a jug and goes home.
Yeah. It's kind of annoying, though. Anyway, let's talk about the Ryder Cup teams, because we saw some bits of movement, some bits of development over the course of the week. We'll go Europe first and then the US second. The Højgaard twins, out of nowhere, back in contention to get in the team.
Yeah.
How did they look and how were they looking on the range? Which one of them would you take if you only had to take one? Can we take both of them? Can they play, can Rasmus then play 8 times over the week? Because we'll just tell them he's Nikolai.
I think if you're going to take one, you'd probably take Nikolai just because he's gone before. But in all fairness, the European Ryder Cup team is actually looking quite good. Like, I think genuinely they'll probably go into it on strength, the favorited team. Now, obviously, it's in the US, so you would imagine that the US are going to win just because of the way that the Ryder Cup shapes up. Europe winning Europe at the moment and the US winning the US. But I think if you looked at the team just on a purely stats basis and said, well, who is the better squad here? It's Europe. Mm-hmm. You have Scotty. You've got JJ Spawn, so the most recent major winners, but we know that major championships and tour wins, they don't really translate into anything as far as the Ryder Cup is concerned.
Historically, Tiger not very good at the Ryder Cup.
It doesn't matter. Like how good you are in a stroke play tournament, for whatever reason, there's no massive resemblance to how you get on in the Ryder Cup. It's just it's a different game, it's a different atmosphere, it's a different mindset. So yeah, I think Europe are looking like they're going to be favourites on paper, but paper doesn't mean much. And another kind of weird thing for the US team is one of their best players is currently down to be captain. So, which is, it was when they announced him as captain, I thought it was weird. It was a weird sympathy vote. We didn't go to Rome when he probably should have. We messed up. What should we do to make it up to him? We'll make him captain.
So he's guaranteed a ticket.
I can't believe. I mean, surely someone in the background must have said, like, this guy is literally 38 years old. He's had one of his best seasons ever, which is why we would consider him to get into the Ryder Cup team. And now I think he's 10th in the standings. US Ryder Cup team.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't play, the US team is weaker for it because he's one of the players who wants to be there. Like the criticism you would often level at some of the US players is, are they actually that bothered? Do they want to be there? Kind of looks like they're not that arsed. They're not as into it as the Europeans. Keegan Bradley is literally bleeding red, white, and blue right now. He came onto the range and I saw the shadow of bald eagles on his shoulder. Like he is the most the USA personified right now. Like he's the patriot right now.
Yeah, I think they made a fatal error making him captain in 2 respects. One, if he doesn't go, like you said, their team will not be as good as if he had gone. Making him captain messes that up, because now if he goes and plays, they're weaker because their captain is distracted.
Well, they've already signed a new, not a new clause, but they've let Luke Donald know, and he signed it off that if Keegan Bradley's playing, a vice captain can take over his duties while he's playing. So it already seems to me like they're making a contingency for it. I think I know what's going to happen, though.
Talk to me.
So it's going to go all the way through. It's going to go all the way through to the opening ceremony. All the teams are going to come out. Keegan's going to come out, and he's going to sit down with the team. Stage lights are going to go down. The American national anthem will start playing. I think it's a rock guitar. And then the lights will come up, and from the back of the stage, surrounding, wreathed in smoke, Tiger Woods strolls out with captain stamped across the front of his cap. He's holding a minigun, and it's loaded with fireworks, and he just fires it above the crowd. They're all red, white, and blue. We've got a flyover. We've got some F-16s. We've got a stealth bomber kind of coming over. USA, USA. Eagles are released from cages underneath the stage. Everyone's on the feet. Everyone is just going mental. Tiger comes up to do his speech. He's just like, we'll see you tomorrow. And then it's just done. The team gets up. Europe are dumbfounded. They don't know what's happening. And then at the end of the week, Europe wins 16 points to 12. I can imagine that could happen.
Oh my God.
I'm still shocked from Tiger walking out with a minigun, to be honest.
Oh yeah. I'm just thinking of like, what's the most American thing ever? Unless you like shotgunned a beer halfway through it as well.
That probably will happen.
Actually, he shoots the minigun off the top of a tank that rolls in.
Do you know what? I was really looking forward to making that edit for a short for the internet, and now I know how much work that's going to be.
No, it's going to be great. You're going to enjoy that.
Yeah, there's going to be that drop down you get in on YouTube. It's like, does your content have any of the following? Swear words, drugs, and then there's one about like violence and military involvement.
Yes, it does.
That's fine.
Oh,
All right. Well,
caged animals, yes.
Well, rather than coming out,
Forgot about the caged animal.
I mean, we could just have the Eagles lined up. Rather than coming out with a minigun, then how about one of those things where they shoot T-shirts into the crowd?
Right, okay.
Yeah, it's just filled with like hot
We'll
dogs or something.
Oh.
Or shooting out former US captains. It was like Zach Johnson, like
Tom Watson's like,
yeah.
Good Lord. The bit that surprised me the most was that Tiger Woods was walking.
Yeah.
Now,
Sprinting.
The American team could house some names that have just kind of like sprouted out of thin air. Chris Gotterup. Is he now in with a shout of getting in?
What a 2 weeks he's had, by the way. Unbelievable. Like, honestly, so good. I actually might completely change my game and just play how he plays.
With your glove undone.
It's just massively less strong and grip. Picks it up, drops it, moves it left. It's a little fade. Looks like he don't have a care in the world. I love it.
It's very, it does look like he's having a good old go at each golf ball.
Oh, yeah. He's giving it a proper chop. But I think he might just be one of those players who inherently, the way he plays, he's just hit like a real run of form. I don't know if he might just kind of like drift away a little bit.
Does he want to drift away kind of the end of September, you know?
Yeah, maybe. He's a very good putter. I don't know. It's a weird one where, we're talking about somebody who a few weeks ago, I think the general golfing population might never have heard of him. Like, he won the Myrtle Beach Classic, but other than that, he's not really featured too much.
Yeah, I hadn't really heard of him.
And he wins the Scottish, finishes. Was it second he finished or third?
Third, I think. I think Harris English.
Harris English pipped him.
He's another one who could be getting
Harris English coming up.
He literally jumped 4 places to get into the team.
Wow.
So it is a weird one. You look at the top. You look at the top of the US team, where you've got Scotty. JJ Spawn has been playing some really, really good golf for quite some time now. Obviously, US Open champ. He deserves to be there. And then you start to have a look down, and you're a bit like, well, Form's not amazing.
Yeah. Apart from Bryson, they'll take Bryson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bryson will be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure.
Who else is on their list, David? I'm sure you've got the list in front of you.
Yeah, so for Team USA...
Xander from last year still.
They've got Scotty's first, Xander second, JJ third, Russell Henley fourth, Bryson fifth, and Harris English has jumped into the automatic points in the sixth. Then we get JT, Colin, who's kind of fallen off, Ben Griffin, Keegan, Maverick McNeely, and Brian Harmon. So
my God, please let them take Justin Thomas, let them take Colin Morikawa, and let them captains pick in Jordan Spieth, and we will batter them if they bring that team.
So this is the thing with the Ryder Cup, and this is why it's different. You know, I would be way more concerned if they took McNeely, Harmon, you know, these guys who are
unreal,
brilliant putters. Like, I'd be more worried about them.
Yeah.
But I think
I'm praying they take the old guard who they think are going to defend it in the US. I'm praying they take that lot.
It's hard though, isn't it? Because if you pick a rookie, for example, if you take McNeely, who's been playing really good golf, is a great putter, he's a really good player. If you take him
and you don't win,
and you pick him over an established golfer, and he doesn't play well, then you're going to be in for it. Like, there will be fear of the unknown. But yeah, I think obviously Kisner's going to be nowhere near the team, but when he almost made the team like a few years ago, there were calls for him to make it because the one win he'd had was at the match play.
Yeah.
Great putter, you know, competitor, but he was put to the side over some bigger names. So it's an interesting one. You got to have the nerve to make a big call.
Has Keegan Bradley got the kind of the guts to say to Justin Thomas, "You're not coming because you're not in form," or to Jordan Spieth even more? So, you know, Jordan, thanks so much. You're not coming because Maverick McNeely is, because he's playing much better than you are. Can you do that with that in the back of your head saying, but if we don't take him and we don't win, then everyone will say it was my fault?
I would say Keegan has the authority now to be able to make those decisions because he's potentially in the team. We obviously have the history now of like what happened in Rome, how we should have gone, and not the capitulation in the US team is a strong word, but the US team was not a happy camp on that Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
And I think we all know the fallout from Zach Johnson's captaincy. You know, wasn't popular with the US golfing public, shall we say? So I think if he made some big calls, they'd go with him. And I don't think he'd be afraid to do that.
Just quick fire, just kind of a way of going through both teams. But I want to see if this was Sunday singles and they went out in order against each other. Who do you think wins? So 1v1, Rory versus Scotty.
I do have Rory in a Ryder Cup. It's hard
I
to look
think
past him.
I'd pick Rory in Ryder Cup.
Rory, yeah.
So Rory, that's one. Not sure about that, to be honest, but move on. Bobby versus Xander.
Xander.
Okay. Tommy versus JJ Spawn.
Tommy in a Ryder Cup. If it comes down to the putter, then JJ Spawn's going to win. But if it's any other part of the game,
He had a good week this week, I think, Tommy.
Yeah,
he's putting much better.
He backdoored a top 10 again.
Yeah,
I think
in a typical Tommy fashion.
Yeah. I'd probably go Tommy because anyone who uses a lab under pressure.
Yeah.
Question mark.
Okay.
Get into the comments and ask and say if using a lab it would be beneficial to your putting.
That's why I was using it last year.
Yeah.
Over short putts.
Because you sucked.
So it was crap, yeah.
Tyrrell versus Russell Henley.
Tyrrell,
yeah.
Tyrrell. Shane versus Bryson.
Shane.
So are we halving it?
Yeah, that's halved. Okay, yeah.
Okay,
we'll take that.
We'll do that. Sepp versus Harris English.
Oh, that's a horrible one.
I'd go...
You know what? Annoyingly enough, I think Harris English beats him.
I'd probably go Sepp, actually. So, yeah,
another
half.
Another half. Rasmus versus JT.
Rasmus. Honestly, Justin Thomas didn't give a crap about the Ryder Cup.
JT.
So many halves.
Another half.
Yeah.
Rosie versus Morikawa.
Rose.
Wow. Okay.
not even a close one.
All right, 5 down.
Yeah.
Ludders versus Ben Griffin.
Oh, God.
I'd actually go... I'd go Ludders because
if you Bethpage,
all you can do is on all you can do is on like current form, and Ludwig is making an obscene amount of birdies. He's just chucking in some horror holes as well.
Yeah.
And it's match play, so I'll go Ludwig.
Yeah, okay, I'll take Ludwig as well.
Okay. Victor versus Keegan Bradley. That's a fascinating one.
Honestly, I think Keegan knocks him. But it depends which Victor Hovland shows up. If Ryder Cup Victor Hovland shows up, no one can touch him.
But is he like that? Because we've seen him like that in front of a European side.
Yeah.
I think he kind of... I could be wrong. I think he might have wilted a bit when he had his first in US.
I go Keegan. I go Keegan just because of the sheer stars and stripes will.
Honestly,
he needs it more.
Honestly, I think whoever comes up against Keegan Bradley in singles is going to lose.
Yeah.
Unless it's just all too much for him.
Yeah.
It might go the other way.
It's a really hard one.
I think I've done the maths wrong, but it's fine. We'll move on.
Yeah.
Maverick McNeely versus Thomas Dietrich.
Probably Maverick, I think.
It depends. Again, it depends which Thomas Dietrich shows up. I'll go. We'll halve it. I'll go Dietrich.
Okay. And then finally, the anchors of the team: Matt Wallace versus Brian Harman.
Oh, Harman.
I'll probably go Harman just because
he's just so boring.
He must be the most annoying person to play match play against.
Yeah. He's quick now.
Oh yeah, I noticed. Yeah,
he's quick now.
4 waggles.
Someone said. Someone asked him about it, and he said, "Yeah, it's something that I have been working on, and I'm still working on trying to make myself a faster, player, like getting up to the ball, making the decision, and then telling myself to hit the shot instead of waiting until I'm ready to hit the shot." So but it still would be annoying. Yeah,
but it's looking comfortable. Like what was that? Like 8-4 or something, maybe something like that.
Yeah,
I think I got lost halfway through.
Yeah.
But it again.
One job, David.
Yeah,
this was your game.
Yeah, hold on. Let's hope you're not doing the scorekeeping at the event because we'll be lost.
No, looking around, what's the score? David's like,
is that guy just doing it on his fingers?
I still want them to be what they used to do in the President's Cup, where it's like if there's a tie, you just open up the envelope and each team submits one player each, and they will go into a playoff. It's only happened once.
Yeah, you know what that sounds like? It sounds like some President Cups nonsense. Right?
Yeah,
sounds like some.
Yeah, but it was like Tiger versus Ernie. It was very cool.
Yeah, did they end up halving it anyway?
Yeah, because it was dark. That's literally what happened.
So yeah, I think it if Keegan Bradley has the balls to pick the players who will go and win it, then we'll see. Despite Europe having an on-paper stronger team, we'll see a much closer competition. If he does what Tom Watson had done in the past, where he just picked the players and said to them, "You're American, go out and play better golf than they do," then they'll lose because Team Europe care more than they do.
Yeah, I like it because that's ultimately what they have to do. I would say that if history repeats itself, the US team should win. It's on US soil, and the only thing I'm concerned about, well, two things I'm concerned about. First of all, it being way too hostile an atmosphere, kind of like going beyond what you'd expect the Ryder Cup to be.
Yeah,
just because
they're going to take it too far.
Well, because they want to win so badly, and it's a New York crowd they're always boisterous anyway. But I think just from what other people have said about past events, like it might just go a little bit too far. I mean, I'm going to be on the ground, so I'll be able to kind of sense what's going on.
I thought you were going to say, I'll be able to calm it down a little bit. Yeah, you lot, give it a rest.
Pipe down. You pipe down. But also, historically, what they've done with golf courses is in Europe, it's a bit tighter. They grow the rough up, and in the US, they make it longer, wider, and then chop the rough down. Bethpage is like a really hard golf course, which demands the rough to be up to make it the challenge that it is. I wouldn't say it's a Ryder Cup course though, so I don't know what they're gonna do with it. Like, are they gonna chop it down and make it easy so you can just whack it everywhere, or are they gonna make it more like a major test?
Yeah, it's a bit odd as well because you go through those lists of players and for the first time, as long as I can remember, Europe is the one with all the bombers. So the traditional way of like making it wide open, trimming everything down, like playing bomb and gouge, like that would actually favor Europe. So I don't know, is this going to be the first time where we see, you know, for the JJ Spawns, Russell Henleys, Colin Morikawa's, Ben Griffins of the world, are they going to try and do something the other way? I don't know.
I think there'll be a few people coming in as well, because like John Rahm, for example, is going to be coming in. So again,
his name wasn't even in there.
Another long hitter. So there'll be.
I think there has been. Sorry to interrupt you. I think there has been a kind of
not accepted. Apologies, not accepted.
Continue.
No, I can't remember what I'm saying. I'm so angry. all I was saying was like who else could come in there? Who's live? It's kind of John Hatton's in there already.
Was Hatton in already?
He's already there.
Right.
Yeah. From the US side, someone who's having a sneaky good season is Patrick Reed. So I would I'd love to see that, just for the chaotic energy.
Yeah, put him in. We'll batter him.
Sorry, Mick.
Sorry.
What were you saying?
Sorry,
before I interrupted the interruptions.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay.
I think the kind of like history of setting up the golf course for your team is not completely null now, but all of these players are long. Like there aren't any, you know, there was an argument about Brian Harman being a short hitter. He's still reaching 280, 290 off the tee. So he hits it a long way. He doesn't hit it as far as Rory does or as Bryson does. But I think they all play the same courses every week, and they're all, you know, near the top of the leaderboard most of the time. So I think the argument of like, can we set this golf course up to favor the Americans is kind of, it's a old European Tour versus PGA Tour mentality, where the European players were playing in Europe and the PGA Tour players were playing in America. And I think that kind of has blurred a little. And I don't know whether there is really a way to set it up to favor your team or to make it, you know, more of a home game than it currently is because of the fans and the location.
I think it's a lot more granular now, because obviously you're right, the lines are very blurred. I think Eduardo Molinari came out after the Rome Ryder Cup and said, like, realistically, they're just smashers at every single metric. But I think there was something like maybe 160 yards, or it was like some weird range of approaches that Europe was marginally better at. So they moved tee boxes up, moved them back, just to make sure that all of the players on average would have to be hitting that sort of shot into every green.
Wow.
So that's just one thing. And I imagine there's probably like dozens of nuggets like that they've not disclosed. But that's how much Team Europe are thinking about it. I'm sure that the US side have got like I can't say the word.
Statisticians.
Numbers people.
Yep.
That are doing it from their side as well.
And they count like this, most of them.
So it's probably not going to be very obvious, but things like that. And I think until they get, I don't know who a neutral body would be to set it up, I think there's always going to be the tiniest margins that people go after.
Yeah.
In all fairness, I don't actually mind it. I think that's part
I think it's great. I think it's cool, but I just don't think it has that much of an effect anymore.
Yeah, I think it's about how it's been going recently, though. So, again, Europe and the US tend to set their courses up the same way each year, but they always tend to win at home. So, if that's the case, and again, you're looking at it and said, shall we leave Bethpage to be the brute that it can be, or shall we do what we've done when we've won? They'll probably go, we probably should do what we've done when we've won. Again, it's just like, why would you go against something that's working? But no, I think David's right. The amount of detail and planning that goes into it is, it's different now.
I'd love to, we got a little bit of an insight into it with Luke Donald. And I'm a huge Ryder Cup fan. I have read all the books. I have, listened to all the podcasts. I love the information. That's why Paul McGinley is my favorite Ryder Cup captain, because he was one of the first people to, do what Luke Donald has been doing, put people together at the BMW, get them playing together on the DP World Tour, go out and play with Oberg a couple of times before you decide to put him in the team. Like, these small kind of wins that add up to what happened in Rome are the kind of things that I love. And it would be so interesting to get an insight into what's happening now before the tournament that's about to happen. Because when we get there, we'll just be enjoying as much as possible the tournament and the result, and we kind of won't necessarily be thinking, oh, Tommy's got an approach from 160. That means we're probably going to win this hole. Do you know what I mean? Like, if we had that information, we would be watching it in such a different way than we're going to be.
Yeah. They're still prepping, just like, trying to get Tiger out of stasis. I told you what's going to happen.
Like, grip this tummy gun.
Tummy gun?
Tommy gun.
Tummy gun. Fair enough.
You'll need to shoot him, otherwise you're going to shoot the lights out.
Right, is that it?
Oh, dude, I think so.
Shall we wrap it up? Seems to have gone on. How long have we been chatting for?
Oh, yeah, a long
An
time.
hour.
Where are you going?
I'm going to go to the toilet first.
Okay, and then
Nice.
tomorrow you're going where?
Going down south. We are doing a few different videos, getting some club things done, filming with a few people, doing a very special kind of challenge on Thursday, which is going to be really cool. Don't know what we should say about it, or if we should just do it as a surprise.
Are you doing a podcast down there or not?
Probably try and get one done with our guests tomorrow.
Ooh,
Right, okay.
That'll be cool.
Right.
Nice.
I think you can say a little bit about what you're going to be doing.
Okay. Thursday. So we're going down
Playing golf.
we're going down to Kent, and there's an event down there called the Hagen 54. So when Walter Hagen won the Open in 1920, he had practice when he was at Royal St Paul's. He had a practice round where he played Royal St Paul's, hopped over the fence, played Royal St George's, which is next door, hopped over the fence, and played Prince's all in one day, 54 holes. And we're going to go do that all in one day. Recreation. Going to be dressing up like Walter. Going to be using some hickory clubs, hopefully, as well, and seeing what we can shoot over the 3 rounds. It's going to be cool. And I've never played Royal St George's before either. That's the only thing
Speaking of Colin Morgan,
I'm a bit unsure about, because I'm kind of like Royal St George's. I'm like, well, I don't want to play it.
Yeah,
I want to play it.
Yeah, I want to go out and try and shoot. Well, you're gonna play it just in a different way. Your golf is not just.
This is your very, very strange practice round ahead of you playing it properly one day.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
You will have learned the course for definite.
And it's impressing the history of the game.
Yeah, we're all about the history of the game here at the Rough Cut Golf
Podcast.
Podcast.
So you lay up to 160 yards and you play a niblick. That's the game management.
I mean, kind of reading up on it. Do you know when Hagen won his Open there, he wasn't allowed in the clubhouse?
Really?
So back in the 1920s at Royal St Paul's, it was still the case where if you were a professional golfer, that was seen as a negative. So back in, if you don't,
I forgot about all that.
If you don't know this, like back in the early days of history of the golf game, being that was a great sentence.
Speaking for an hour and 8 minutes, and you've suddenly become a moron.
If you were a professional and you played for money, that was seen as a bit uncouth. That was seen as not a gentlemanly thing to do. So when you got to a major championship where pros were permitted to play, it was still seen as like a negative. It was still seen as amateurs should be the ones who are really playing for this and winning. So when Hagen turned up, he wasn't allowed to use the clubhouse to get changed. So he hired I think it was a Daimler, but it was like a massive fancy car, used that as his changing room, bought in like champagne, caviar, got everything in this car and basically used it as like mobile clubhouse. And he was one of the pioneers of actually getting professional golfers recognized as, rather than being inferior to amateurs, actually, having it as a living to being superior than amateurs.
That's quite cool. You're going to live in your BMW for the entire day then and eat caviar and drink champagne in it?
Well, I don't like caviar, and that's not true. I don't understand why it's so expensive, but also I won't be getting my champagne free, so I won't be drinking that either.
Okay, and we have come full circle.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
If you are a champagne or caviar supplier and you would like to sponsor, I am currently a fish egg sponsor free.
We wouldn't have any competing row sponsorships.
Yes, absolutely not. I'd be exclusive to your eggs.
I've never heard that sentence before.
Yeah.
In any context.
Like maybe
This is how he pitched it to his pet chickens.
well, that's the thing. I don't know. Like, does it cover all the animal species, or is it? Can I have like a fish egg sponsor and a chicken egg sponsor, for example?
Yeah. What's your favourite egg?
I'm partial to a duck egg, if I'm being honest with you.
Wow.
A man after my own heart.
So, we'll have to discuss that. But champagne, I'm definitely open to it.
Yeah, so Tatinge, if you want to get a Boulange.
I think it was Tattinger in Germany, and I think it was Boulogne at the Open. I think.
Oh, God, that is so cool.
So the one I need to do now is Moet and Chandon.
Yeah.
See how that one goes.
That's a good one.
What's a really expensive one, the stupid one? It's Ace of Spades, is that?
Yeah, what's that called? This shows that we don't drink champagne enough because we don't know the name of it.
No, honestly, I think we drink it an appropriate amount.
I would like to drink it more, I think.
I mean, all I've done this week really is drink Guinness. It's the only thing I've drunk this week is water, coffee,
Perrier's good.
Guinness, champagne.
Perrier's good.
Did you say Dom Perignon?
Dom Pérignon.
Yeah, what's the one with the heart shape on it is the one you're thinking of.
Yeah, is that Ace of Spades?
Whatever this is. Looks like
this
it,
is a
doesn't
great
it?
podcasting.
Yeah, this is the best end to a podcast.
By the way,
of all time.
if you are still here, thank you so much. You
Oh
are.
my God.
Oh my God, what website are you on?
Oh God.
Literally just ask AI. So they can search for it.
Shall I do it so that everyone's thing goes off?
Everyone knows what it is by now. It's fine.
Yeah. Well done for looking it up.
Thank
because
you.
we couldn't be bothered.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you're still listening now, wow, you're on a long journey. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Make sure you do go check out our sponsors at NordVPN and use the rough cut / at the end of www.nordvpn.com/the rough cut to get your discount. And make sure you head over to the Discord. Give this podcast a 5-star liking. Anything else that we want to jump in there?
No, again, if you're a champagne sponsor, get in touch.
Yeah, if you are Armand de Brignac Ace of Spades champagne, please get in touch.
Other champagne varieties are.
I think we've gone through them all.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah,
You know what? I'd take Prosecco.
but only if it's free.
I mean, Prosecco is at a reasonable price, though. You don't have to pay through the nose for that. So
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll take a Prosecco sponsorship.
entirely, and you'll even drink it on the golf
I'll see
course?
what I can do.
I would hire a car and take bubblies to every golf course. Yeah.
Okay, we're going now. Bye.